On the mic, I'm the king of the airwaves, talking about love, fame, and family affairs. From celeb gossip to the latest trends, I keep it real, no need for the bends. Got my earpiece and auto-tune on flexing my rhymes. Ain't nobody on. Relationships, dating games, you name it. I'm the host of Optomixtic, here to debate. I'm the voice you hear, the one you love, the one who keeps it real. Never gonna let you go. Optomistic, we talk it out. Relationships, fame, family, we got it all.
The rap industry, for example, often glorifies depraved behavior, and that sinks into the minds of some young people. There is no question that dubious music and movies are affecting unsupervised children of all colors. The hip-hop industry makes billions putting out stuff like this.
Yeah. Keep on it, Josh.
I'm a motherfucking outlaw. They say I'm bad for the city. I got them mad and I'm litty. Arthur Fleck up in this bitch, except I'm tatted and pretty. Not a local joker out here that be rapping for pity. Just know I'm strapped with the 50, cause now I'm out, dog. I'm done with record labels trying to tell me how to do it. Why the fuck I take advice from people who don't make no music? If you never done a show, stop it. You be sounding stupid. No, I'm about to lose it. Heard them say I'm a misogynist. Who? You a closeted dude. One night, 3 checks, I deposited 2. Walk up in your house, bare face, I don't wear dumb ass. Uzi in the jacuzzi, now that's a bloodbath. Damn, when your girl have a lot of plans, know the rolls in her mouth like a salsa dance. So disgusting for you. No discussing, get the bustin', that's what Dustin would do. You can quit with all that bitchin', dog. I'm not no politician, just a goddamn musician, loaded up with ammunition. Got the crowd going dumb, shows rocking at the city. But remember one thing, when you talking about the city, know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. If you talking about the city, know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Everything I'm gonna give them, know they ask for it. Know they ask for it. Bro, you ask for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. Everything I'm gonna give them, know they ask for it. Know you ask for it. Bro, you ask for it. In the city, I'm a motherfucking outlaw. I don't kiss no ass. If you want it with the kid, know that this your chance. Got the world on my dick, keep your girly fed and fixed up. I give a damn about a curly-headed rich fuck, acting like you run shit. Dog, I ain't the one to bullet. Go buy a semi-automatic, bet I buy the fully. Bang, and leave you totally flat. If I see you out in public, I might overreact. Don't be talking like my friend, don't be saying you my boss. Tell me how the fuck I won a whole crowd, still lost. What? You yell when the gun came near. Couldn't hear you, kept shooting, blame my untrained ear. Bitch, talk shit, you ain't speaking the facts. No, I done sets where you wouldn't sneak in the back. All my cold shows roll, go hype man. So tell me how you stay woke in an all-white band. I know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. If you talking about the city, know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Everything I'm gonna give them, know they ask for it. Know they ask for it. Bro, you ask for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. If you talking about the city, know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Know I'm bad for it. Everything I'm gonna give them, know they ask for it. Know they ask for it. Bro, you ask for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. In the city, got them saying that I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. That I'm bad for it. Everything I'm gonna give them, know they ask for it.
All right. Welcome back to Optimistic Talk Radio. I am Shady Will. Hey, y'all, before we get this show popped off, man, we want to, take a moment of silence for Theo, Malcolm Jamal Warner, y'all. We already know what happened today. We're going to talk about it in a second. We're going to take a moment of silence. All right, crew, what's going on? What's the deal?
Hey,
What's happening? What's happening?
Oh, just another day. I know we said we're gonna talk about Malcolm Jamal Warner, who is also a fellow podcaster too. So he had a podcast called Not All Hood. So we definitely want to give our condolences to his family. But he's been a
Definitely.
staple in the black community.
Definitely. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Ricky with the Blicky. She about to get sticky.
Ricky,
But yeah,
I
we
should
definitely
you introduce yourself. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. No, it's all good. But no, we definitely want to give our dear condolences uh, to the family and friends, his kids, everybody that's going through that tragic loss. She was on a family vacation as well, so that's definitely tragic. Definitely a staple in the black community. Most of us grew up watching Theo. Most of us thought we was Theo at some point in our lives. So definitely, we want to give our biggest condolences to him and his family.
You thought you was Theo? Theo, you thought you was Theo?
I just thought Theo was so cool when I was a little kid.
He
I
was.
thought Theo was, especially as like the show started going and he started getting older and he going to college and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, Theo got it, man. His mama, damn doctor, and dad a lawyer. I mean, vice versa. Dad a lawyer, mama a doctor. I was like, man, Theo got it going on, man. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Had his homeboys with him and stuff like that, which was Cole from Martin. Can't think of his real name, but he always gonna be Cole from Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely a big staple in the black community. We all grew up watching the Cosby Show.
Yes. So,
It's in a different world.
Hey man, look, y'all. I was just talking with the homies and the ladies from the Sisterhood podcast yesterday. What y'all think about this statement? Because we actually brought up the Cosby Show. You said like, remember back in the day we were younger. That's what we were raised to, like the black family. They say like that doesn't exist anymore outside of maybe Family Matters. But that's over with now. So they say now it's about promoting messy stuff. Like you don't see any type of family oriented shows anymore. Or have y'all seen anything? I think The Neighborhood. I want to say that's it. What y'all think
The
about that?
neighborhood. They also got the Miss Pat show as well. A lot of people don't really know about it because it's on BET Plus. Miss Pat, the comedian, but her show is really, really good because it goes throughout her life and with her being a mom and married now and stuff like that. It's all black characters. It's all black people on there. But it actually, I think it gives a good representation of a real black household because real black mamas cuss. Real black mamas, everybody ain't gonna be the Claire Huxtable type.
okay.
My mama wasn't.
I'm trying to see. I know there's one family reunion on Netflix. I mean, they're more of a fun, funny type of black family, but they still preach like black family togetherness, family unity. I think it's like a Tia Mari and dang, who was that? I can't remember the guy name, but one of the sisters twins. So yeah, I do believe that, and I don't watch a lot of the messy stuff because I do believe that a lot of especially our black women, we see some of that and like we feed into it. You find yourself wanting to do what the housewives do and hip love and hip hop. Like
Yeah,
let's be transparent. Like trauma and drama sells. It
that's right.
sells.
You're
So
very right. And it's not the best look on our community. That's one good thing that Bill Cosby was very, very adamant on is changing the stereotype of the black family. You say what you want about Bill. He did have
he's a freak.
his
That's all that.
yes. Yeah, he definitely a freak. He definitely, he was, Bill had his thing. He definitely was drugging the women, you know what I'm saying? But as far as when it came to portrayal of the black family for the masses, somebody like him, things that he did that was wonderful, showing us, what a black family could look like. It ain't always got to be about no hood stuff. It ain't always got to be about no drama. It ain't got to depict single hardworking mom or a deadbeat dad or something like that. The family nucleus that he tried to portray was a very, very good thing. So, hats off to them for what they did for the Cosby Show.
Right. Because I can spot a
Definitely.
who's been raised by a woman out in a lineup, okay?
Definitely. Definitely. I can too. And it's very sad. It's very tragic.
It's
You
very
can you can
telling.
tell the ones that they never had their daddy. They still going through a whole lot of they still
Emotional
going through a lot. Yes.
everywhere.
Yes.
I'm like, "Woo, boo, you need therapy." I don't need therapy.
Yeah, you definitely need therapy. You can't pray that away, G. You can't pray it away. Go talk to somebody.
So yeah, we love the Cosbys. I'm at to see. They're probably not playing no more. I think they took them off. I would love to watch it again.
They did. I thought they brought it back on to one of the channels though.
I'm
I,
sure
I
they might.
thought I thought they eliminated once Bill got arrested.
I did too.
Yeah, I thought eventually they did bring them back on because I don't know why. Maybe on the Dabble network, DABL, I think it is that it does. That some of the episodes and stuff like that do still come on
Okay.
from time to time. But I could be wrong about that. But I could have sworn I've seen that. You know what I'm saying? It's either advertised before or something like that. But they need to
No.
bring it back. I mean, all them people back from the '80s, they all got a whole bunch, stuff against them. You can't.
Oh.
They got to do with the show.
Mhm.
Well, for those that are tuning in and watching, look, I'm about to hand this show over to Rick and Ivy. They about to do their thing, y'all. So I just want to kind of come in. I'm with them, but they about to take over and do what they do. So, hey, let's go.
Most definitely. Well, since we talk about families and stuff like that, I also want to talk about something that kind of came up on my Facebook feed that someone shared to me. It's something that's a little bit more local to her hometown of Mansfield, but it was a particular gentleman who got caught cheating on his wife. Car got found at a hotel. And so I guess the wife figured out who he was messing with and everything that was going on, and she exposed everything on Facebook. Now, sort of the minuses with that is once you expose that, she also started exposing some of the problems that they were having. Apparently, they've been married 18, 19 years, something of that nature. But the wife doesn't work. She doesn't pay any bills, anything like that. He takes care of all of that. She says, I make sure, he comes home to a clean home and I cook his meals for him and stuff like that. The husband's problem that he's having is my wife don't want to give me any oral pleasure. And, it's been an ongoing problem with them with giving the oral pleasure. And so kind of one of the things that came up is who's right and who's wrong in that situation? Uh, So I'll let you take it away, Ivy. About that situation. How do you kind of feel about everything about what happened?
Well, for starters, she wrong. So I'm just gonna put it out there because it's like you don't pay no bills. You basically a stay-at-home wife because I'm sure at 19 years, kids probably grown close to it.
Mhm.
And you don't want to suck no dick. Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. Let him cheat in peace. Then let him cheat in peace if you're not going to fulfill your duties. Also, it could be something else. It could be because maybe his hygiene is good. That's a conversation. And I'm being clear, a lot of women say that, and I don't know why they be scared to tell their man, like, your hygiene ain't the best. You need like it goes in you. Like you need to say something. So I feel like it could be other things, but also women have it in their head. If you're cheating, I'm not gonna do that either. You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But I think
Yeah,
she's wrong in a sense for how she displayed it because you don't want to ever put your partner, out to dry for the world to see. You're supposed to protect them.
definitely.
Contrary to what
Definitely.
he doing, that you supposed to protect this man and not put him out there. Because honestly, what you really about to do is push your way out, and you done allow another little heifer to squeeze up in there because all she saw was I ain't got to pay no bills.
Hmm.
Would
And
have
they
had me.
shit. And like, look, they sucking dick for free. You could imagine the women who gonna be lining up at his door. And this all I gotta do is cook a meal for you and suck your dick, and I ain't gotta ever worry about nothing. And I've just been kind of, a few nuances to the situation, just kind of looking at, what he was doing and stuff like that. I think he's kind of in the same field as me, which is, you're working trucking in the oil field. And it's
Oh,
a lot of long hours when you're doing it. You can make a lot of money, but it's a lot of long hours, a lot of long, very, very long days, very, very few off days. And so when you're doing stuff like that, it's a lot of work. It's not hard work, but it takes a very long time. And so another nuance that I saw, because she recently made a post saying that, she's looking for a place to rent, this, that, or the third. And because she put everything on Facebook, The husband is not in the apologetic mode. He's in the, okay, well, you can go ahead and kick rocks because you don't understand how many women are trying to beat down my doorstep to live the lifestyle that you live, but you taking it for granted and you taking me for granted. And I don't ever want to excuse a man for cheating on his wife. You should not do that. You should not cheat on your wife, brother. You took them vows. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? You got to handle your business. However, you knew that before she got married, dog. For y'all got married, if she wasn't doing it then, what makes you think that when y'all get married, she gonna start doing it?
Wait, so she wasn't doing that even prior to marriage?
Even prior to marriage, she said, I'm not sucking no dick. That was her exact words. I am not sucking nothing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, these people are damn near 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that was her thing. I'm not sucking no dick. And so, my G, if you knew that, I don't care how pretty, how fine she is, how good she can cook, how well she clean. And even he said that, you know, in one of the comments of the post, I don't need a maid. I need a wife. I can take care of all of that. I can get all that taken care of. I can hire a maid. So if that's what's stopping you, we can hire somebody to cook and clean.
But my thing is, he married her. Okay, it changes the dynamic. So you're at fault. You married someone who did not fulfill everything that you needed prior to, like, you chose that.
I gotta agree with you, Abby. I gotta agree with you. You shouldn't have married her if you thought that was going to be a big issue for you.
That's mandatory.
You know, maybe it was a situation because like they've been married almost 20 years, they're almost 50, so they probably got married in the early 20s, stuff like that. It might not have been something that he just required until he met that one. They gave it to him. And he like, oh, this is what I've been missing. Oh.
You know, keeping marriages strong all these years. You know it.
Yeah, side chick been keeping marriages strong for a lot of people don't like to hear that, but a lot of them side pieces keep that marriage strong because you get what you need and you out. Yes, I understand it. I couldn't imagine that because, you know, I talked to my partner, and I'm like, why don't you want to do that? For, you know, a man doing it to a woman and a woman doing it to a man. Why don't you want to do that to please your partner? It should please you that you pleasing your partner.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to ask. I ain't gonna tell my business, but I ain't got to ask. You feel me? And she don't either. I want to. I'm not even doing it for you no more. We're doing it for me.
Right.
I enjoy doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's marriage is very fickle when it comes to that. But you know, like I was, you know, telling my girlfriend when she presented the topic, you know, I was telling her that I don't think she realizes that he's probably going to have more women coming for him than you're going to have men coming from you. Because the second the man realizes that he's not getting ahead and you used to not working, and so he's going to have to start to probably take care of you and stuff like that, that's a big no.
I mean, you're a liability.
You exactly.
And I got to pay for it. Girl, get out of here.
Get up out of here. Get up out of here. I can't do nothing with that. See, you know, they turkey necking for less. I can do less and get you, and they still turkey necking. Gobble gobble. So
I know that man best eater taken care of. I know he dropping bread on her.
Especially he ain't got to drop it on his wife no more.
Yeah, he drop me like you are best eater.
And we all know how sad it is when you lose your best eater. So you ain't trying to lose your best eater. That's a rainy day when you lose your best eater, man.
Yeah,
that's a sad day. You're gonna be depressed. Yeah, me too. Even that, you know you gotta let that person go because this woman don't mean no good to me, but she's so good at what she do. God bless her with that, but then bless her with nothing else.
I want to ask y'all a question while y'all on this subject, man. I want to shout out Treece in the building. How you doing, Treece?
What up, Treece?
Hey, Treece.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Hey, honey.
I want to ask a question, y'all. All right, you know, we get in these relationships. You know, y'all brought up some really strong comments in this situation. I mean, when we give somebody, do we expect some type of change to kind of happen? Like, you know, like Rick said in the beginning, you know, she had to put the ground rule. Look, I ain't doing it. I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing it. But as you grow and you're with somebody, don't you expect some of those things to change, or is that like the standard?
I think you're supposed to grow in your marriage, but you're supposed to grow with your partner. And a lot of the things that people say, these are like negotiables that should have been discussed prior to marriage. Your expectations. I'm telling you right now, my expectation is you eat. My expectation is you eat. my expectation. Like my expectation is you keep your body together because I'm gonna keep mine. Like we're gonna maintain some level of healthiness. Like these are like my negotiables, and so I feel like the moment, and this might sound vain, but the moment you start slipping on your negotiables, and it has nothing to do with the health of your partner, um, then I feel like you need to talk about that. Like, remember, I married you because you was fine, not bad build looking like a box. Like, like, because if a man say,
Yeah.
baby, you done gained a little weight, hey, I'm skipping every meal for the next 3 days. Like,
Oh wow.
Yeah, you still want to be presentable to your partner. At the end of the day, you still want to be that person that they fell in love with. You shouldn't just automatically expect just take whatever from you now that y'all got rings and vows and stuff like that. Now they just gotta suffer through whatever. That's not fair. But it's definitely something that should have been discussed prior to marriage, and it should have been ironed out prior to marriage. If you know that's something that you gonna want, my boy. You know what I'm saying? If she's not willing to do it, then that's not a woman that you should be willing to marry because she's not going to make you happy. She's not going to fulfill you. She's let you know off top that she's not going to do it. Now I don't know too many women who I'm not gonna lie, I have met women who are like that. But bruh, you got to get over that, especially if
so
you're gonna be a kept woman.
right. So with that, you feel like he settled.
I feel like he did settle. Yeah, I
Hmm.
felt like she was probably the best woman that he was probably dealing with and everything, and he felt like, well, I'm gonna marry her because this is a good girl. This is the Marion kind of girl. She gonna cook for me. She gonna clean for me. She not gonna do that, but hey, I'd rather you not cook her clean. As long as you can give me some dome, you ain't gotta cook her clean. We'll figure that out. I'll cook myself. I'm pretty clean myself, so I know how to cook. I know how to clean.
Because I had this conversation with a guy friend, and he was like, basically, basically what it was like, all of that kind of like ceased after marriage, or nothing changed. Like, you got somebody real nasty, or and you miss them, but the person in front of you, it's the wholesome, the good person, the image, the woman that looks good next to you because she's a church girl, or she's just a good girl, but then they bored, their marriage is still, they're upset, and now you're miserable because she ain't swinging from the chandelier like you expect her to.
Yeah, I ain't married no super wholesome girl. No, I want the nasty one.
Hey,
I want
I,
the
I
freaky
need
one.
mine. I need my man to be a reformed hoe, please.
Exactly.
Come with
Or,
experience.
or when we walk into this bedroom, you a hoe. But either when we outside, we leave the house, you can be that nice, sweet, all that, this, that, and the third. Real ain't got to
I
know what
think
you do in that bedroom.
I think some people though take it to a level of unrealisticness. Like realistically, people are people and they're gonna grow, they're gonna change, they're gonna feel different ways, have different emotions. And it's hard work when you're dealing with another person. And you have to have that mind frame of this is another person. They may not do these things that is perfection, but for the most of the glass, I'm cool with it. You're not gonna
Yeah,
get perfection out of somebody. So
facts.
I think that's kind of like superficial to just be like, oh, this is not being delivered, blah blah blah. Because at the end of the day, it could be something that he's not giving her either. So should she just be like, oh, he's not giving that? Peace out.
It
Maybe
could very.
so. Yeah.
I think as a man, um, if you don't take care of yourself and where your libido drops, hey, and all you got to offer is
Yeah.
live dick. That's the issue.
Yeah, it's definitely an issue. And it is something that has, because even as men, as we get older, our testosterone, no matter how well, how in shape you are, unless you on some sort of shots, testosterone shots, stuff like that, testosterone does drop. Your libido is not going to be the same as a man when you're 50 as it was when you're 25. That's just not how men's body work. And so you definitely want to keep yourself up, keep yourself in shape, keep yourself in the gym, work out, do what you need to do to make sure you not only stay healthy, but you also can give some healthy pee when it's time to give your woman healthy pee, because she shouldn't be suffering because you don't want to go to the damn gym.
You over there
She shouldn't be suffering.
drunk.
But it is another woman that's getting nice, strong, and hard. So why, as the wife, you don't know what to do to get your husband back like that? We ain't middle school, high school no more. You sitting there just thinking you can take your clothes off and all of a sudden he's just gonna be standing up like a champion. That's not how that works. We're the visual creatures. We want to see some visual stuff. We also want to have that feeling that our woman wants us. And part of knowing that your woman wants you is by giving oral sex. To be real with you, and doing a good job at it. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
how y'all woman wants you by if she giving some head.
No, I said a part. Just a small piece, just a small part. For her wanting to do that for you. That just lets you know how much she loves you because she enjoys it just as much as you enjoy it. She wants to do that for you. You know, so that you know, very small part. That's not just, you know, because every woman that get your head don't love you, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But it's just that if y'all been together for a while and she still want to just surprise it upon you just to make you feel, just because she like to make your toes curl and let you know, but my woman, you know, my woman loves me. She looking out for me.
Oh Lord.
You gotta have, it's a part of sex. You gotta have it. It's a part of sex.
Right where
You know what I'm saying? You gotta be able to live on the head. You know what I'm saying? On both sides, I believe. But especially if you're married. You know, it's a good old saying, what you won't do for your man, another woman will. And that's so very true. I don't think women realize how unequally balanced it is from the available, non-gay, non-in-prison men that's available for y'all versus the women that are available for men. There's so many more women compared to men.
I know.
And
you
so
know, dating in Houston is like real ghetto, okay? Because if they're good, decent quality men, like professionals, they probably gay or down low.
there's a lot of men who are gay and down low. There are. We don't want to say probably because they just put them all successful men in the box. So we don't want to do that. But you know, a lot of those men aren't gay at all. They just have their pick and chooses of the women that they want, and so they have more expectations because they can pick and choose who they want.
Well,
and I think that's
that are. I've seen a portion of them. You know that T app been teeing lately, okay? And
but that T app is full of lies. I've had so many women be like, bro, they on here saying XYZ about so and so, when I know that's not true. I know this man not like that. So a lot of that stuff is just a whole bunch of fluff just to get people all engaged and stuff. That junk be a bunch of lies. A lot of that stuff is lies. And I've never been on the T app. I'm just going off of what other women have told me about the T app. They're saying these females over here lying. That's not true. They just doing that shit so they can try to one up each other.
You kind of tell when it's kind of like fried, you know, like, you know, that's a fake, you know, they just doing that to kind of piss people out. You can tell the genuine ones, like, I really need to know because, like, I really like him. This is who I want to be. We've been doing X, Y, and Z. I ain't had my feelings hurt yet. I can tell you that much, but I know some who had.
I'm just glad I'm not popular enough to even be on that app.
But you in a relationship, okay? You shouldn't be on that app.
Yeah, you're right. But you know, a lot of these people, and like again, I've seen screenshots. They're talking about the men they dealt with years ago. They're not even talking about the men they're dealing with right now. They're just talking about men they dealt with years ago. So somebody might post a pic of them, the new woman who he's dealing with, and you got 10 other women who he ain't talked to in years. Oh, he this, he that, he this, he that. Well, hold on now. People change. Now he ain't changing no gay stuff. He was gay then, he gay now. But you know, a lot of this stuff, maybe you got treated like that because you are a different type of woman than the woman he dates right now. If he feels like you a bop, he gonna treat you like a bop. You know, but when he meets a real woman, he knows what a real woman is versus a bop. We're gonna have fun with the bops. But it's different when you meet you a real woman, you want to be with that woman. And that kind of goes back to the situation with old boy marrying his wife. He might have felt, from a small town, so he might have felt like this is the church going wife type of woman who's going to take care of me when I get old, get sick, this, that, and the third. But that still doesn't negate the fact that you have needs, my brother. And she's not able to fulfill those needs, and she refuses to fulfill those needs. That's the part that he kind of left out.
Yeah, she kind of told you up front, buddy. You that fault, you know?
Yeah. I kind of feel the same way. You know, I think both of them are at fault, but he should have never married her. Right. You know, and after you get married, you know, you supposed to, because I'm sure it's an old lady in that church that sat there and told you, you do what you do to please your husband. So all that, I don't do that. I don't say, yada yada. You got to leave that in the background. That's for little girls. You a grown woman now. You got to make sure your husband is satisfied when he walk out that door, not just full, but satisfied.
It's on empty.
I think it's to each
Exactly.
their own. I think it's to each their own. If that's what she doesn't want to do personally, then that's something she don't have to do. Some dudes don't always be satisfied like that. But if that's what he wanted, non-negotiable, then that's what he should have looked for.
Right.
I mean, I think then saying after you get married to somebody, oh, this person ain't doing this, so I'm finna leave. I think that's real superficial.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's something that, yeah. And again, he probably thought that once I marry her and I do all this for her, she's going to want to do this for me because look at all that I'm doing. But you can't think like that. If
And
you
we can,
married her like that, you can't expect her to change.
yeah, we can get married off of potential. Hey,
Exactly. I agree.
thing that you could ever believe in when it comes to a partner.
Ivy is on a
No.
hot streak. Everyone, by the way, she get a lot of buzzes, but she's actually on fire today.
Because, I was
She
surprised.
definitely is.
What'd you say? Oh,
I
okay. I
said,
thought you said something.
no, I think she is. Yeah, you're right. That's why I say I got to agree with you. I ain't disagree with nothing you just said yet.
Okay.
You on point.
Y'all know I got some sense when I want to.
I definitely agree. So how do you feel about it, Treece? About the whole situation? I don't know if you were on where I was kind of explaining everything. I don't know if you heard, but how do you feel about that situation? What would you do if you were in that situation? If you were the wife in that situation?
If I were the wife in that situation, let me get it right. So you're saying that she won't do going down on him, and she had already expressed that to him, and he feels like he's not getting his needs met because he wants her to do something that she had already told him that she didn't want to do.
Correct.
Right, but
Hmm.
adding to that, Treese, she don't work or anything. Like she's a stay-at-home wife, and he take care of everything.
Did he tell her that she had to be a stay-at-home wife, or did she want to be a stay-at-home wife?
Now, see, that's another. They didn't speak on that. Yeah, they didn't speak on that. Apparently, she gets some sort of. I think she gets like an SSI check or something like that because down in the comments he said any money that you get, you gamble away anyway. So
Right.
I have to pay for. I pay for everything. If she doesn't work, but I guess she gets some sort of check or something like that. And that's what he was saying. He said anybody you get, you. And she came back in the comments. She said, and she was like, I stopped all that gambling. We not in debt no more behind my gambling. I stopped all that. XYZ.
Girl, you
Well, it sounds like they got more issues than just somebody going down. They need to go to a counselor.
yeah. Mm-mm.
They definitely, but I guess the counselor thing is like I say out of the question now because I'm assuming whenever they have problems, she posted on Facebook and stuff. So he's sick of it. He's sick of the whole world knowing about the problem that they got in the house. So he's just like, no, you can leave. I'm cool. I don't want to get back together.
And I
I'm
agree.
glad you. I'm glad you found out.
Your partner, yeah. Yeah, that's not good. That's not cool at all. Publicly shaming.
It's,
I've been
it's
down.
definitely not good, but then why did you take the vows for better or worse? Like, worse is worse for real. Like,
Yeah,
so you have a disagreement or something, that action that a person did because everybody's human, and she was trying to express herself, that you just leave and just walk away from a whole, what, 4, 5, 6, 10 year relationship over one thing.
I think 18,
I
19, but I
mean,
don't think it was just that one
it's
thing. I think it's added up, and
and
he's just sick of it now.
yeah, I mean, if it was added up, that's a different thing. But to me, I feel like they should go to a third party and try to discuss it and make it work. That
I
going back
agree.
into, back into that PP pool dating world, that's no joke. You've been with somebody over 19, 18, 19 years and you're doing
Especially if
something.
you ain't never had to work and you ain't sucking no dick.
Yeah,
You ain't gonna have too many men
I
lining up for
mean,
that.
but he still was with her for over 18, 19 years and she wasn't doing that.
But that's
So
his wife. I'm talking about for the next man. The next man ain't lining up for
yeah,
that.
I mean, some dudes don't like it, some do. There's
I don't
also
know no dude who
risks
don't like
with
that dick
doing
suck.
it. It's a lot of women who've been getting throat cancer from that stuff too. So to each his own.
I ain't never, but I
And
have heard men getting throat cancer. You definitely can get throat cancer from eating vagina.
you can
What's
get
the
it
guy's
both
name?
ways
What's his
because
name?
it's called HPV.
Yeah, but I mean that's if you got something. If you don't have HPV, you can't. You'll be okay.
But how do you know you don't
Michael
have it
Douglas.
already too?
Michael Douglas said he got throat cancer from doing a lot of oral sex. That's his name, the guy, the actor.
And then is he doing that to her? I mean, it's a lot of questions that you don't know with that. It sounds like they got issues that they need advanced help for.
Yeah, they definitely have issues. They need to go seek therapy. These are small country town folk, and so a lot of those folk don't believe in that. We gonna go to church and pray about it and stuff like that. And like I said earlier, prayer is not gonna be your answer for everything. You
Right.
pray and God is sending you a counselor
Right.
to help you out.
You do.
You need that.
Well, you got faith with work. Like you have to work. You can't just act like God's a genie and He's gonna fix something.
That's right. That's right. And I think, like you said earlier, part of that work is going to go talk to somebody, going to see a counselor. You need to go talk to a third party. That's the work you're going to have to put in. You're going to have to go and sit down and talk to somebody. And I think if they had that, she wouldn't be on Facebook exposing their business. She just doesn't
Yeah,
have an outlet,
yeah.
and that
If
was her
they,
only outlet.
yeah, that was her way to vent. And they just need advanced help. Like relationships are hard. So once you make that commitment, I'm going to be in a relationship with this person for life, hopefully, then you should know it's not going to always be roses and happiness. Like there's going to be times where it's hard. And can you deal with the times that's hard? Like that doesn't seem like those things that you mentioned are big enough to just throw away a whole marriage. To me, that just seems like both people are operating on a selfish end of the stick instead of as partners. So
I agree.
I
it
agree
could be
too.
worked out. Like that's something that can be worked out. Maybe she's not comfortable on it. It could be that she might need to go to a counselor who specializes in sex so she can feel comfortable doing that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's she doesn't like that he doesn't keep himself clean or his hygiene is messed up. You know, it could be a lot of things, but obviously they got a lot of issues.
Look, and on
Yeah.
that note, y'all, I think we about to bring this up, man. Let's talk about a topic that was kind of hot last week, y'all, about the list of the cities with the finest women's going viral. What y'all think about that? Rick?
I seen that. They had who they have on. Apparently, it was like a real list and a fake list. I don't know which was which.
Yes. Somebody added Shreveport in number 5. They know that was a damn lie.
But you know what? I can't say this Shreveport. Louisiana just has beautiful women though. They
Oh,
do.
definitely.
They
Definitely.
do.
Shreveport has some beautiful women. I'm not going to cap on that. But compared to all those other cities, your Houston, New York, your Miami's, Shreveport ain't finna be on that list, my boy. Come on now.
I I guess maybe. So I've been in Houston for a while. I don't know. The Houston natives are not that fucking fine, but the transplant, you can tell who's a transplant because they are. Like he's like, yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. I still say Houston. I've always said this, and I've been to a lot of those cities that's on the list. But one crazy that just dawned on me, I've never been to Miami. You would think all the places I've been, I've just never been to Miami. I've just heard about the women, but I still say Houston has the most beautiful women in the world when I go to Houston. And
And I'm
some of them are transplants, some of them are homegrown, but there's some bad ones in Houston. But yeah,
most of the ones I see,
Miami,
they come from Louisiana.
plastic.
they do. You're right. They sure do. They came with Katrina.
And they fine, they be fine. They're thicker than hot Congress. Like Lord,
Hmm, for
Miami is
real.
plastic surgery city.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah,
And I mostly think they are like when I went to Miami, they all bodies just look really, really good. They all about like fitness and eating good. And, that's them. A Cuban sandwich and Pilates by noon. I don't know, but that's just how they are.
yeah. I'm
That's
not a
how I
fan
feel
of
about
the.
LA. California is like that. California is like everybody's walking their dog, they're walking, they're exercising, eating salads and all that stuff.
Yeah, eat a bunch of kale and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand. I definitely, but I'm not a
Well,
fan of the plastic surgery booties or anything like that. You know, we ain't got
no.
mine. We ain't got none of that. No problems with that. That's homegrown cornbread, beans, and rice type of booty. That's type of booties I like. I
And
don't
it's
like all that extra fluff.
I don't know why anybody wants to get it done because it's heavy. Like running with this thing, dragging, it's like yeah, my legs super strong. Barely be passing PT test around here because my legs. Shoot, I guess no, but I can't say
Those
it's true.
surgery, but they do have to work out. Like it's not just getting a plastic surgery butt and you don't work out.
Definitely, yeah.
Well,
Because you've seen the ones who get plastic surgery a couple years later, you be like, I thought she had a BBL, like the L and BB or something. What happened to her? It ain't the same.
Hey, I'm wondering in the military, can they actually do that while they're inside? They probably can't, huh?
do what?
Get BBLs and stuff like that when you active in the military.
You're not supposed to do cosmetic surgeries, but some people do. Like they might do. I know somebody who had lipo, and it does kind of prevent you from doing certain things in the military because it's considered a cosmetic surgery, and so it's a risk because it wasn't a health surgery. If that makes sense. So me, on the other hand, I wouldn't mind getting a little lipo, just a little bit.
Man, look, don't even get me started on lipo as a man. I'm over here about 6.5 months pregnant. So I went to the Bahamas. I wasn't even taking off my shirt. I said, "Hey, baby, I ain't even gonna play myself like that. I might need to get me a little lipo."
Get,
I kept that white beat on strapped.
get in the field. Don't get in that field and start working out. Get you
Oh
some.
yeah, I am. I definitely been working. Yeah, I definitely. I work out. I work out a lot anyway, but mainly just weights and stuff. But you start to realize as you get older, that gut ain't coming off like that. The muscles big, but that gut ain't coming off like it's supposed to come off, man. I need to do something about that. But yeah, I'm
I,
working on that now, increasing my
I,
cardio and stuff like that. I gotta get it off me because it's not. I'm 41 now. It's not good for me at my age to be walking around with no big belly.
and as long as it's not big, but I do like that dad bod. Hey, I like
Yeah,
that dad.
yeah, yeah. My woman don't see no problem with it. She laying on me and stuff like that. However, I know it's not healthy, and I want to be around because I don't want to die off early. Another nigga get my woman. That's crazy.
Black men have heart attacks and
Exactly. High blood pressure. That's the black man killer right there. That high blood pressure.
hmm
Yeah. So yeah, as men, when you get a certain age, you have to make sure you work on yourself, brother. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself so you can be around.
Absolutely. Look, y'all. Look, we go trend to this next topic concerning something we actually seen this past weekend. And we stand on the narrative of situations that actually occurring with the women. So, hey, y'all, what y'all think about this?
mm. Ricky, you go here.
I definitely have a lot
Uh,
to say about this after you.
okay, definitely. I mean, if you want to go first, you definitely can. Treece, go ahead, go first. Do your thing, girl.
Yes, because the WNBA is something I watched since I was younger, since Lisa Leslie was playing. Because
Yeah,
I played basketball and it was something I was so excited about. But they do not get paid what they deserve to get. A lot of it is dealing with the media. The media doesn't want to pay them what they're worth. And of course, women don't get paid the same as men already. But because the media doesn't see them as um, ratings happy, then they don't want to pay them what men make. What
hmm
the average rookie in the NBA makes in 1 month is what a WNBA high ranking player makes in a year, and that's pathetic.
that's right. That's very true.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I just want to chime in. I definitely agree they should be getting equal pay. But before Caitlyn and Angel came, I mean, who was really, really watching? I know you say you've been watching, Catrice, but those two ladies right there kind of changed the narrative. Even with some of these fake beefs going on, and you have people talking like they're actually making the
They didn't,
WNBA more entertaining.
change the they didn't change the narrative. They just made it like WCW.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
you're right. WWE.
okay.
Right. WWE is what they made it like. And it's not even them that's doing it, it's the media doing it because
Well,
that's how they make the money.
definitely, definitely. But the thing about that is, and I do believe that WNBA players should get paid more. However, we also have to look at things logically from a logical standpoint. The WNBA is losing about $50 million a year. It's not enough people that are trying to watch it. Also, some of this, and I hate to say this as well, some of this we have to put back on a lot of the women as well, because I'm going to give you a few different examples. A lot of men watch these sports. They tune in, they follow their teams, they're ride or die, they're down hard for their team, stuff like that. They spend that money to which enables the NBA to bring in that much money so they can pay their players XYZ all this amount of money. If more women tuned in to women's sports, because there's more women than there is men, they will be getting a bigger bag. Number one. Number two, you also have to have that level of competition. So the Angel Reese thing, Caitlin Clark thing, this, that, or the third, in order for you to make that type of money, you have to be able to generate that competition. A lot of women are like, well, we shouldn't pit women against each other, stuff like that. No, that's how you make the money. The WWE, like we just talked about, that's an organization that is a billion-dollar organization. And one of the key things that Mr. McMahon did was create a heel. You have to create the person who's not going to be liked. Then you have to create the person who's going to be the savior, who's going to be the good guy, who's going to be the bad guy, good cop, bad cop. You have to create that. That draws people in because you're going to pick a side. That's going to draw you in. And third, not third of all, when Caitlin Clark came into the WNBA, a lot of the WNBA players were very, very nasty towards that young lady, and she's the one that's going to save y'all and get y'all more paper. You need to be,
No,
I don't want to say
she's
hailing
not the
to
one
her.
that's gonna save them by herself.
She's not by herself, but she's definitely she's like the Steph Curry of the WNBA. She's definitely the best person in the WNBA, the best player. And it's not
No,
even
she's
close.
not. No, no.
Now I don't watch
Well,
a lot of WNBA, but
who is the best player?
The best player is Asia Wilson right now.
I was going to say
Yeah,
Asia Wilson as well.
I agree. I
I
agree.
was definitely going to say
Caitlin
I was
Clark
going
is
to say
not
Asia
the
Wilson,
best player.
but she's one of the best, and she's just a rookie.
She's one of the best rookies, but Angel Reese is also hitting records out too. Like we can't. First of all, Angel Reese really brought more attention to the girl because before she did that ring mocking thing where she mocked what Caitlin Clark was doing in the first place, nobody was checking for her.
I agree.
Oh no, we do about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, we did know about Caitlin Clark because she
Yeah,
brought
we do about
that
Caitlin
Steph
Clark.
Curry
Not
dynamic
to
to
the
the.
not to the extent of where she is now with the rivalry. Like Angel Reese was the one that really brought that out for
I
Did
everybody.
Angel did Angel Reese was Angel Reese on an All Star team? Oh, she's hurt. She can't be on one. She's hurt.
She was on the All Star team, but I don't know if she
Yeah,
played
she
or
was
not.
on the All Star team.
Okay,
Yeah, she was on the All Star team.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and then for
No,
that way,
I'm an
Caitlin
Angel
Clark
Reese
is
fan.
supposed to be hurt too. But she sure put on them raggedy heels and start walking them teacher heels.
baby Kid heels. Baby, I wear some kid heels. But I think I can't say because I'm not like big into like basketball, especially WNBA, but I started to be more intrigued when I did see Angel Reese. Like, she's a beautiful young lady, LSU, everybody love LSU, alma mater.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of like, oh, okay, this is entertainment. And it starts to be like entertainment because at the end of the day, like I said, drama sells. I like to see picture or something during the game. Like, yeah, maybe I am the problem. I don't know, but yeah, I do kind of feel like when it comes to the NBA and for them to boost like revenue and things like that, you're gonna have to do something different for women. You want us women to watch, you're gonna have to do something different for us. Like I just can't sit there and watch basketball on the TV. In person, yes, but on TV, no. Mm-mm.
Now, look, I
I
ain't gonna lie to y'all.
understand.
Something they do that's really interesting that really kind of brings a lot more exposure to the WNBA. Like a lot of the young ladies, the way they dress when they coming in. I know they used to do that in the NBA as well, but now it seems like it's more of a trend towards the WNBA, like what the women are wearing when they actually arrive into the stadium. Like that picks up. That's a lot. A lot of people pay attention to that too. That picks up a lot of steam.
Yeah.
I think that actually helps too, as far because that's entertaining.
And I think
And
Yes.
people can't sleep on Brittany Griner either because she also brought attention to the WNBA with being stuck in Russia.
he
Oh
scares
yeah,
me.
that's true. Facts.
She did. Yeah, yeah. The one that said she's the baby father, not the baby mother. That's crazy. But when you listen to her talk, she sound like the baby daddy. So I just go ahead and let her have that.
Yeah, she definitely has a very deep voice, but she did bring a lot of attention. And Lisa
Mhm.
Leslie worked in the background to bring attention before any of this happened. And matter of fact, there was a whole funnel of them working in the background, bringing attention to what is here now. And I'm forgetting the other person's name who's always with Shaq. I can't remember her name right now.
Oh, the
But
tall. Yeah, I know exactly who you're talking about.
yeah,
She was a dog too.
yeah,
Then you had your Cheryl
she could
Swoops
play.
back in the day and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Cheryl Swoops. But see, all of them have been working in the background to push that people should have more pay before any of the Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark thing came about. They had already been advocating from the start.
Yeah. And another great thing that I just heard is it's 4 new expansion teams that are going to come as well in the WNBA, which is amazing because that's what helped the NBA. The NBA was a failing business before Michael Jordan. Like David Stern on record saying we were losing money every year. The NBA was failing, so we put everything behind Michael Jordan. And when we started putting everything behind Michael Jordan, people start to come out because they want to see him play. They want to see what's going on and stuff like that. One of the bad things about some of the WNBA games is even, it's a lot of the times the stands, nobody's hardly there. The stands are not halfway filled. You got to put butts in seats.
Right.
Yeah, that's what's
But
going to bring you money. But they just signed a
but the
TV deal as
person that
well.
really is to blame are their executives. Because let's come on now, that's who's really to blame. Their executives, because they getting paid millions.
Oh yeah, they ain't gonna ever cut their
Yeah,
pocket short.
No,
that's a fact.
but they
That's a fact.
also weren't doing what they should to bring more attention to them to the game. It took all the way to 2025. Like, come on.
Well, I'm sure they're business owners, and so the executives own businesses. So I'm sure they're trying all that they can do because they want to make a profit. They want to make the money, And a lot of these executives are also NBA owners as well. But the same thing that you would use for the NBA, you can't use for the WNBA. It's a little bit different.
I think D-Will, he said it like how the fashion. Now I watch the NBA if y'all add a little fashion in there because I like a nice little something. So I do think, like
Oh
you
yeah.
said, they have something different. They have to because I
Yeah, them ladies
because
be putting that stuff. They be putting that shit on when they come into the game. They be putting it on. They be
hey,
they
them
be they
coaches
be clean.
That's true, y'all. Look, this has been a very interesting show, and I know before we close it out, man, we need to touch on the subject that actually got a lot of steam about the young 7-year-old
Oh,
child.
sorry, Candace Parker. My bad. That's who.
Yeah,
Candace Parker. Can't forget about her.
yeah. Can't
oh,
forget about shout out to Candace Parker. Definitely. Oh, but yeah, what were you saying there? The subject about the young man who abandoned his son.
Correct, Jamal White.
Yeah, Jamal White abandoned Jamal Jr., little Jamal, and ran
yeah.
into the house and they kidnapped his son. Now, new, you know, uh, something else that came out later on down the line is apparently Jamal Sr.'s mother is, I guess, she got that work. She got that bread. She got that work. And so what they were initially coming to try to do was to try to get the ups on robbing the mother because they say she's real flashy with her money and stuff like that. So they were going to try to rob her, but when they found the son and they saw the little one, they figured they'd get him and hold him for ransom, which they did. They held him for $100,000 ransom, which I'm assuming was paid because it was the child was returned back safely. But the father running off like a little bitch, like the bitch that he is, running off and just leaving your child out there like that. Just looking out the window as you see somebody scooping up your child and putting them into a van. They ain't
And
got no
his
bullets in that gun if that was my child to
and,
stop
Right.
me from
and
getting my child.
his excuse was, I thought they was trying to rob me, not take my son. Sir, if they're trying to rob you and your child is right there, you think they give a damn about this child?
Exactly.
No, he's,
Well, how about the 14? It was a 14-year-old who had the gun.
I seen that. He
So
was a
that's even crazier.
Oh, it was a 14-year-old that had the gun that was chasing him.
Yeah,
That's
it was
wild.
a 38-year-old, a 25-year-old, but the 14-year-old was also there. He was the one who had made the plan to rob Jamal's mother at gunpoint, and they demanded $100,000 in jewelry.
Man, that's crazy.
Yo, that's
14 years
crazy.
old.
Yeah, he over with. He over
yeah,
with.
he's alive.
He burnt out for real. He burnt out already. It's over with for him.
Have they
But
been
it's just the
apprehended
whole.
at all?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think the mama went and dropped off the money and got the baby back, and they didn't pursue anything because you're in a situation like that with everybody doing wrong. They want to involve less police as possible. The
Right.
video, became viral, in the situation. All that stuff became viral, but I think that's the furthest thing to what they wanted. They gave people their money and told them about their business because they don't want the police in their business either. When you live that type of
Exactly.
lifestyle, you just gotta,
Right.
you gotta have everything in the streets, which is crazy.
Man, y'all,
I
this
don't
happened in Milwaukee. So I mean, you don't really hear too much about. Well, I know
Oh
I don't
no,
hear too much
Milwaukee.
about
Oh, they be
violence.
Milwaukee
getting
get
into
down.
Milwaukee. Oh, they be getting
Oh
into
no,
Milwaukee. Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
nah,
The walk, yeah, walk in the walk. What they call it, the walk. Oh yeah, they be getting in Milwaukee.
damn.
Yeah, I've
Oh,
heard. I've heard about the walk.
Yeah,
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 Milwaukee has a history of interesting things that's happened there too.
yeah,
But
violence.
yeah, they have a history of it.
Yeah, I think anytime it's like an inner city and like cities like that, where a lot of the, it was like the GE plant, all these plants moved there, and it was a fluctuation of black people. Unfortunately, those cities like that, it is high crime areas.
Shreveport.
Mm-hmm. It's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate.
Them plants
It's
left, and you know, it's what it is. But if I was that child's mama, you
oh
could
yeah,
never be with my son no more ever. I don't even want him around you
ever,
he has to
ever.
ever. That
relocate.
shouldn't even be. Yeah,
You ain't have
and
no,
I would relocate. Yeah, definitely.
yeah, no protective instincts whatsoever.
None.
I would shield. I would literally shield my child. Matter of fact, girl, you get the gun, I shield you. Like, like that's, I don't know. I feel bad for the mom because that's a hard thing to deal with. You thinking that you have this man who's a protector, and and he turns out not to protect your child. Mm-mm.
And imagine what that child has to go through. The child was 7 years old, so
Right.
that's stuff that is going to trigger him probably for the rest of his life. He's going to definitely need counseling for that. Like,
Yeah.
imagine what you just put your son through, bro. Like, imagine what he on Facebook. Well, me and my child both safe. This, that, or the third. Not because of you. You left him out there for the Gators to get him.
You said
By
not.
God, thank God, they didn't harm the child, and your mama was able to give them, or whoever was able to give them whatever answer they wanted, so they can get the child back. But you put the child directly in harm's way. You're not a man to me.
And then
Like,
on top
he's
of
not
that,
a man at all.
the child was in state care after that. So yeah, like you temporarily lost this child. I don't know if he's still in state care, but I read that he was because of that.
Shit, that
Hey,
mother,
where
your
was
mama
mom?
probably
Where
down
was
bad
mom
too.
at?
The ransom part, y'all, because the ransom, they did not pay the ransom. They didn't pay anything. The kidnappers asked for the mom to come to the park in exchange for him. She didn't come at all. So the kidnappers ended up finding the little boy, but it wasn't because they paid the ransom. But the kid's mom is in jail too because she was uncooperative and impeded the police's investigation. So she's currently in custody on probation hold.
Oh
Well, she
wow.
just as sorry.
Right. Do
Yeah.
And the
y'all think the
mama, to
people
be
that
real
did
with
this
you,
was somebody
sometimes.
that knew them?
Oh yeah, I believe
It
so. And
had
I
to be
think, to be
somebody
honest with you,
new.
that
Somebody new now.
now that she say it like that, the mama was probably the one who sent them for it, but mama just probably wouldn't expect them to take her son. The mama was
Yeah,
probably the
'cause
one that gave them the low on
it
the
had to
mama
be.
and all them.
Yeah, because how would they know specifically to ask for $100,000 in jewelry unless somebody already knew that he had that amount of money? Whatever
Exactly.
he was doing to get that amount of money, but somebody had to be on the inside.
Well, they say the mom was very flashy, so she's very flashy around the city as knowing somebody who get into money. So she flashes her money a lot. The grandmother rather of the 7 year old. Jamal Senior's mother. They say that's the one who really got all the work, who really got the
Uh,
money. That's what that. And again, I'm saying they say. There's air quotes around they. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know how that
alleg-
is. Everybody come up with scores.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. Allegedly. You a little bit more refined
Yeah,
than me. I appreciate that, Ivy.
and the dad said he ran and left his son because he didn't think they were gonna mess with the son.
Yeah, that's what he said, sir. But okay, the logic in that is, like I said, if someone is threatening your life in front of your child, they absolutely do not care about your child. Like
Facts.
there is no way anyone. No, the street code ain't even like it used to be anyway, where they don't touch children and women. They done threw that code out so long ago.
Big facts.
Hey, we was
Not
Big
talking
today.
about
facts.
conspiracy theories. I mean, y'all. I know we should be putting like. I know we just having a conversation, but that could have been a part of the plot. You know, maybe that was the alibi for the father running off. I mean, we just talking about conspiracy theories. Maybe that person maybe was a part of it. You know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
said that the mom was a well-known drug dealer, and so the initial plan was to go and rob her. Um,
Hmm.
but when they went and asked her questions, she would not answer them, and she impeded the investigation. So that's why she. But
And
she has
transparency,
formally charged with the.
people forget. Like you, especially kind of like being an investigator. I could care less. I don't care what you did prior to. I just need to figure out how I can solve this. You see what I'm saying? So it was her fault for assuming that, oh, if I tell them I'm selling drugs, they're gonna arrest me. Girl, you should be worried about that later. I'm not concerned
Yeah,
about none
Yeah,
of
but
them.
you live that life though. You can't talk to police. That's just how
but
it
the
is.
sad, but the sad thing is, his daddy ran, and she didn't even try to get him either.
I
Like
feel so sorry
he
for that young
ran,
man.
and
Yeah.
she didn't even like when they were investigating. And the people called for her to come and get the child. She didn't even go. She didn't even show up.
You know, I
Oh
wouldn't be
yeah.
And
surprised if 10, 15 years from now, that child is on the news because they probably created a little demon and don't even realize it.
it can turn him two ways. Either it can flip him to the good side where it becomes an accident and helps other kids, or it can flip him to the bad side.
Yeah, you're right. But
Either
if your
way.
whole family involved in it, that's all you see in growing up. So as you grow up, you're going to see more and more of that. And then not only the trauma that you have from being kidnapped behind some stuff from your family and stuff like that as a child, hopefully, and I pray to God, he gets some kind of counseling and it can steer him in the correct way, like like you said, Treece, like something it make him want to do the exact opposite. Hopefully so, but we've seen a lot of cases where it just makes them worse.
Mm.
I hate that for that young man. He ain't got a shot.
Yeah.
He
If your
don't.
And
own daddy,
he was found by volunteers. They found him in a duplex,
And then
and one
okay,
of the people who kidnapped
and,
him was hiding in the attic.
yeah, and the baby is in state care. So poor thing.
Yeah,
yeah, I hate to say it, but that might be the best place for him. But the state care ain't good for no kid. But
yeah,
compared
it
to what he
probably
was
is.
living, and where's the baby mama at? Like, where's his mother, the child's mother?
The grandmother.
The child,
No, not the
you're talking.
grandmama, the mother of the baby, his mama, the 7 year old's mama.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's what I
She was
just said.
drug.
She's the drug dealer.
Yeah, she the drug.
Is the drug dealer.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking. So I got it wrong. There. I'm thinking it was Jamal Senior's mom, the child's grandmother, who was the drug dealer.
No, no. It's his mom is
Oh,
the drug dealer. She was the one that didn't cooperate with police, and they now have her in custody. She is
gotcha.
the drug dealer. That's who they wanted to rob, was her.
Oh, hell,
But
that baby all messed up.
yeah, she is the drug dealer.
He's sorry too. How you let your woman be the kingpin and you, bruh, you sorry, boy. You just suck as a man. Hey, just turn in your man card, bro. Just go get castrated or something. You don't even deserve no meat. Hey, go about your business, bro.
Listen,
You
if I got
crazy.
if I gotta sell a rock and my man the boy,
And you see what he did? He ran. You were so scary that you left your. I understand being scared because somebody come there and be scary too. But if I have my child with me, bro, you gonna have a problem. My child, my cold dead fingers. Ain't no way.
Right.
Ain't no way. I'm
Yeah,
gonna have to be good and dead for you to take my child, bro. You crazy.
I,
and she is, and he's still with Child Protection Services. They haven't released him.
yeah. And the fact that he's with Child Protection Services lets you know that there was no one in the family that could take him.
That's
Yeah, because she
crazy.
also had violated her probation. Um, so that was another reason why she's in jail too.
That's what I'm talking about, Trees. Come with these facts. That's what I'm talking about. Coming with the facts on the case. Yeah, we just shooting. We just shooting. We just out here just shooting willingly. We don't know what they are. Trees coming with the facts. That's what I like. She came in
Yeah.
with the
Oh,
facts.
when it comes to crime, I love reading about that. It's really bad, but I love reading about that. So I go and find it.
That's
Oh,
dope. That's dope. Yeah. We've been missing you. We just giving opinions about shit that we just tossed up in the air. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, good conversation pieces though, definitely.
Cause like
Wonderful
I
conversation.
read it, but I didn't like read, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, couldn't no man, ain't no man leaving a child, but whew, they're
I know
on.
my daddy wouldn't do it. I'm 41 years old, and my daddy about to be 70 next year. Even
Listen,
him gonna do all he can. We've been placed together where I seen him look a little, and he said, "Well, I don't know the guy over there looking a little funny or something. He was looking at you. I didn't know I was gonna have to go to the car and get my piece. No, daddy, you ain't got to give you your piece, man. Relax. Dad is a lawyer.
It's
You know,
it's
he
just sad that both parents just were like whatever. Like one just left them in there with the people coming towards them with the gun, and then the other one was like, "Oh, y'all can have them." Like that's sad.
it
Hey,
is.
D, I know we're running out of time. I know we're pretty much out of time, but do we got time for this one last topic?
You have to talk to the people that's on with you.
Okay, what we talking about? What we
Well,
talking
the
about?
one last topic is something that I had put into so everybody could see into our group chat or whatever. It was a young woman who's decided that she was going to leave a man on a date, this person that she just went on a date with, because she felt like he was being cheap. When they got the bill, they charged him for an extra Coca-Cola that the young lady had, and so he was just waiting on the waitress to come back so she could fix it. Now it was just $3, but his point was, hey, it's still my money. It doesn't matter how much I have. I know it's $3. And she's looking at it as you just being cheap. I ain't trying to be around with no cheap man who gonna fuss and fight over $3. And so she got up and got her car and drove herself back home. She said she took her own car on the date or whatever. So she got up and took herself back home. And the bill apparently was a substantial deal. A substantial bill to where it wouldn't have really mattered too much of that $3. But his whole thing was, I'm not gonna pay for something I didn't get.
I
So
agree.
she needs to take that off the bill before I pay the bill. But she looked at it as, oh, that just shows me he's cheap. That I mean,
No, that's a
just
smart man. Why would you allow someone to screw you over? There's somebody
yeah,
without a backbone. Nah, baby, let's go ahead and fix this. Let's fix it now.
yeah.
No,
I'm old fashioned when I say I don't give a care if it's a dime. If it's mine, I need it. It's mine.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well,
I feel that.
it's
Yeah,
good for him that she did that because dating is where you find out if you really want to go further with somebody. So that just gave him a lot of answers.
right. He
yeah,
collected enough data on that one. So good
yeah.
for him. And even better for her. Girl, leave
And
that man
as
alone.
me, definitely as men, I think we have to be a little bit more fiscally responsible because it's up to the man to make sure everything is taken care of. You don't want to rely on your woman when it comes to the light bill being paid or the rent. As a man, that's your job. You're supposed to protect and provide. So you need to make sure fiscally you have all your money to get. And so that lets me know this is the person who's going to watch the money going out versus the money coming in. He's going to make sure y'all are always straight because he's going to have that good balance. Make sure you have what you want, but we're not going to overpay for anything because as a man, I still have to fiscally make sure my household is in order. That's my job to make sure I can provide.
Even
You
not
know,
even going to that extent. Either you give me the coke that you put on this receipt or you give me my money. Like it's not
facts.
even going it ain't even that deep of that part. You just be ethical and give me what you put on this receipt.
Or a
Or
That's
give me
dessert.
my
facts.
money back.
I would have took a dessert. Baby, go ahead, give me a little dessert then.
Right. Give me something. You gonna give me
Yeah,
something that you charge me for.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
definitely,
agree.
definitely. And the
Next,
only reason why I would bring that up is because, when you go on a date, I assume most women are looking for certain characteristics to make sure this man can provide for me. Little small things like that will tell you the type of man he is and how he is with his money. Is he just blowing the money that he makes? He can make great money, but if he blows all of it, it don't make no sense. You're back to where you started. You shouldn't be making $1 zillion a year. You're still living paycheck to paycheck. It just shows you the characteristics of a person, little small stuff. Just like she showed him her characteristics. And hopefully he doesn't want to go back on a date with that woman. Doesn't look like she want to go back on a date with him either. But hopefully he's not still trying to date that particular woman. Because she was a pretty lady, but still, the looks ain't worth it, my boy. The looks ain't worth it. You can find you another pretty one who ain't gonna be like that. plenty of beautiful women out here who will like you two. You're two beautiful women and just said, no, give my $3 back. I don't care how much that bill was, $300-$400 bill. I don't care if my $3. Give him his money back. It's just what it is.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Amen.
But I think for the
Look,
guys
y'all.
too.
Hey, that was Rick's take of the day. And for those that are watching and listening, we still kind of work some kinks out, but Rick has his own segment, and we want to bring a segment that I'm putting this out live in the air, but we're gonna have a debate section because I know y'all hear the buzz and the bell. We want to have some more debate sessions where we maybe can put that in there and have a part where there's maybe a men versus women, or we kind of mix it up, kind of like Wild and Out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that sounds wonderful.
All right, y'all. Well,
Yeah.
look,
Didn't have too much to disagree with the women today though, because they was on point. I ain't gonna lie.
yeah,
So
I know
man, look. My trigger finger was itchy, man. I was waiting on Ivy, man.
I
I was
know
waiting to
it was.
hit that buzz.
Don't worry, I'm gonna find some a good debate next week. You just wait.
there you go.
Hit
We're
that.
gonna have a good one. A good one. And Treece gonna come with the facts. Need them
Man, Treece,
facts.
yeah, Treece gotta come back. She gotta come back because she gonna have that
Came with the
research on
facts.
point.
Exactly. On point.
Hey, y'all, that's our show, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to Optimistic Talk Radio, man. I'm Shady Will.
I'm Ivy.
It's your boy Rick.
Hi, it's trees.
Hey, y'all, we up out of here, y'all. We go, holla.
Bye.
Peace.